Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am making this clip after walking around filming for whatever it was, 30-40 minutes, and I sat down and had some food and realized I might have came off a little more negative than I wanted to or I normally am. I was just answering a bunch of comments today, and for some reason I just had a whole bunch of knuckleheads, and it just they don't get under my skin. I just am curious as to somebody that hates Thailand, hates Bangkok, on and on, has nothing good to say about the place, yet they're still watching videos on Bangkok. I don't understand it. Anyhow, that was on my mind today, so I hope it didn't come off too negative. It's a very, very small portion of folks, maybe less than 1%, that have nothing good to say about Thailand, and hopefully those folks are done coming over and visiting. There's another small group of folks that live here and like to do nothing but complain, but that's a topic for another day. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a little after 2 o'clock and I'm at the top of Sukhumvit 26. I'm gonna carefully head across the street here. You don't catch this green light too often. I wouldn't stand there and wait for it. It sometimes takes 10 minutes, but even with a green light, you gotta watch yourself. Now, if I walked over in this direction, just a 1 minute walk on the left is a 24-hour Tops Market. There's my street, 26. But I'm going off in this direction towards the Phrom Phong BTS. Here's the lottery lady. 100 and 200 baht tickets, and they pull it twice a month. I forget the exact dates. The tickets are already printed out. You just look at the numbers and take the one you feel is lucky. And I love my area here in Phrom Phong. It's just the perfect mix of Bangkok, yet it's easy to be an expat here. It's all within walking distance. You can hop on a train and go any direction quickly. Yeah, this Phrom Phong, it's a great area to live. And across the way is Sukhumvit 24, one of the higher end places in Phrom Phong, condo-wise. Walking past the M Quartier Mall. The Emporium is just behind me. I try to keep up with all the comments on my channel. If somebody is taking the time to write a comment, I'll take the time to answer best I can. But I'm noticing a trend. There are tons of, how shall I say, rumors around Thailand, and I don't know. It'll come out on one channel and then it just goes like wildfire. And usually it doesn't even happen. The direct flights on Thai Airways, when that news broke, it was one guess after another as to where Thai Airways was going to fly. Oh, they're going to LA, they're going to San Francisco. And now I just saw a very small blurb in the Bangkok Post this morning that says Thai Airways has scrap plans for direct flights to the US. So you got to kind of take a wait and see approach. If it's the airlines or somebody was asking about the controversy over Grab and Bolt and all that, it's one thing day after day here in Thailand. Somebody sends up a trial balloon, see what the reaction is, I guess, and 9 out of 10 times it just doesn't happen on all kinds of issues. So if that's going to throw you for a loop moving to Bangkok or planning to move, you're gonna have to catch your breath, because that will happen often. Now, I get it, many people are watching these YouTube videos, maybe including mine, to try to get a feel for the city and Thailand in a whole, but for the most part, we're just along for the ride, just like you are. And whenever some breaking news is happening here in Thailand, yeah, it could break the exact opposite the next day. So yeah, just keep all that in mind. And it's not just Thailand. I'm from the United States, and things change rather fast in the United States as well. But for some reason, folks like to complain when they change in Thailand. Myself, hey, you know, I'm a visitor here. If they want to change the rules, well, I have to play by the new rules. And I get it as far as some things like, say, immigration. It'd be nice to clearly know what the rules are. They seem to change from one agent to another, but again, that's just a part of Thailand. Doesn't really bother me at all. I just do the best I can. My best advice would be to stay off of Facebook. That seems to be the worst place to get advice. Everybody has an opinion on there. If it's how many times you can enter Thailand visa exempt, well, this guy will say, this is the exact rule. It's this many times by land crossing and this many times at an airport crossing or airport landing. That person doesn't know. Just many people out there have a need to be correct. I try to keep it humble. I have no idea what the rules are. I know what seems to be happening that week. When you look at what happened to 15 people, you can kind of get an idea of what's happening, but a lot of those things are just not hard and fast rules. And I've had some unique things happen to me, not so much with airports. I play by the rules. I have the proper visa, so it's just not an issue coming and going. If you want to push that visa exempt rule and try to live here, whatever it is, 60 days at a time plus a 30-day extension, you're probably going to have a problem at some point. I don't know when that point is, if it's 5 years from now or 5 days from now. But myself, I just have the correct visa and it's never an issue. But as far as immigration, that's constantly changing. So I can come and make a clickbaity YouTube title, oh, I got ripped off at Thai immigration again, on and on, when all it was something as simple as this agent required all the forms to be in blue instead of black. Now, is that a scam or a ripoff? I'm not going to call it that, but other people get all carried away, especially on Facebook, once again, but even on YouTube, they just get frustrated. And I have put out that advice. I had some immigration videos up. I took them down. They're just a little controversial, and I can tell people all day long, I'm in Bangkok, and these are the rules, and whatever it was, 2023 happening in Bangkok today, and then I have to answer 50 comments about, you don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't work that way up here in Jom Tien or Udon Thani, and on and on. So I don't know. Some people out there just aren't that smart, and it gets a little annoying. You can only tell a person so many times that I'm in Bangkok and this is what happened to me, and they're just so fast to try to tell you that didn't happen to you. Okay, I just saw a pretty cool video the other day about a guy. He had a beautiful house outside of Hua Hin and sold it and bought another house. And he was a super humble guy, but you could tell he was every now and then throwing a little something out there like, well, you know, to all the guys that said I'm an idiot for buying a house in Thailand and I'll never get my money back and on and on. All I can tell you, it was, in his words, he goes, I just sold that house, made a little bit of money, so it worked out fine. And whatever you want to say, people are just going to be quick to call that guy an idiot for buying a house. Myself, if you want to buy a house, buy a house. I'm in no hurry to buy anything here in Bangkok because I still want the flexibility to kind of change neighborhoods if that's what I want to do. But I have other buddies that have talked about, hey, I love the Phrom Phong area. Yeah, you know, I guess I could have some bad neighbors, but you can have some bad neighbors if you're renting and you're kind of locked into a 12-month lease. I know you can get out of that lease easier than selling a condo, but getting out of a lease, you're still gonna have to pay oftentimes 2 months penalty to break a 12-month lease. But you can say that about anything. I've bought a condo and a home in San Diego, and yeah, at what point am I not going to buy that house because I'm terrified that the neighbors may be terrible? And luckily for me, my neighbors were great in both situations. And as I'm walking down the street right across from the M-Sphere Mall here in Phrom Phong, Asia Copy, really nice people. I think they're open on Sunday. Today's a Saturday and they're open. I don't see the hours posted. But check out Asia Copy for your passport photos and when you're printing up all those immigration papers. Have a bunch of blanks. And now when I go into immigration, it's a little bit overkill, but I have one copy filled out in blue, and then I have photocopies of it in black, just in case I get that immigration officer that says redo all this in black ink. I can pull out that black photocopy and they may or may not take it. The whole purpose of the forms being in blue, from what I understand, is so they know it's not a photocopy. And then again, I know there's going to be the guy who might leave a comment, well, why don't you make a color photocopy? I get it, man. Give it a try. But you're going to head down to immigration like the rest of us, and it's kind of a roll of the dice. I've always been successful. Sometimes it was a nice 3-hour trip to get my non-O extension and my multi-entry, and other times it's a 2-day trip because they wanted 13 months of bank statements instead of 12, and that's just how it goes. If you don't want to deal with any of that, you can pay an agent, but a good agent is going to require you to be there at immigration with them anyhow. So yeah, it's not like you're avoiding going down to immigration. If I could just stay home and send somebody down there for $200 or $300 and take care of all this, I probably would do it just because I'm lazy. But I have to go anyhow, so I might as well just do it on my own, and it hasn't been much of a problem. And I've walked up to Soy 31. My condo's down on Sukhumvit, Soy 26. I have no idea how far it is from, say, my place to the M-Sphere. I'd guess it's a little under a kilometer or mile. Don't know. It's not too hot for an afternoon, so I figured I'd just come out for a walk. One of the comments you'll see all over YouTube, different videos, and again on the dreaded Facebook, is they don't want you here in Thailand. I want to go to Vietnam or Cambodia or Laos, someplace where they want me. I don't know if those folks have ever been to those countries, but I find Thailand much easier than Vietnam. I mean, it just is, in my view. I've only been there half dozen times over the years, but I guess they're making those statements based on immigration rules and monies you might have to keep in the bank for certain visas and all. Yeah, I guess maybe that's a measuring stick for if they want you or not. I think it's probably more a measuring stick that they want folks that might have a little bit of money in the bank in case something goes wrong, more so than many other countries that just let you kind of hang out there without a dollar in the bank. Personally, I don't know. I don't know if that's such a great situation. I don't have a problem with keeping a little bit of money in the bank that's mine. If I decide to take off out of Thailand, in my case, it's 800,000 baht. At some point, again, I don't want this to start a rumor, but at some point it'll probably be 1 million baht. I think it was 400,000 baht for the longest time, and a lot of those guys are grandfathered in, and it's been 800,000 for quite a while. So who knows? Who knows? If it goes up to 1 million, I'm sure it will just be another 1 million comments of reasons why you're not wanted in Thailand. Just proving you have that money in the bank, just in case you stroke out or have a heart attack, and that $2,000 padding you thought was going to take care of that, you quickly go through. And I've walked up to Sukhumvit Soy 29. And again, I'm not trying to be controversial in any way, but we all have our opinions. This is kind of a cool little street. There's a Mexican restaurant down here I'd like to try. There's the Hotel Mermaid and the Captain's Pub. You know, I've never been up on the top deck. I'm wondering if that's where the Captain's Pub is. And here's the Chromo building. There used to be a, what is it called? Music on 29 down on the bottom floor. But I think that's turned into this Korean slow food restaurant. And this De Blue Studio. Luxury bags, handbags. Yeah, I've walked back there before. She has a, I don't know who it is. They have a birdcage. Yeah, so don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to tell anybody they're right or wrong. I just sometimes get sick of hearing about the complaining. I mean, nobody's forcing us to come to Thailand, so if you don't like the rules, yeah, don't come here. Oh, they're ducks. Yeah, for some, well, I guess there's a couple of birds in there too. Well, that's cool. Little rubber ducky with them. And I guess I shouldn't even say that. You have every right to come here and complain and be miserable every day you're here. But that's not me, and that's not anybody I know. I have a friend. They just raised the price. What was it, last year on the elite visa? And he's a younger guy, so they offered him, I don't know what the deal was, like, hey, you have 2 weeks to extend your 5 years, make it a 10-year at the older price. And he did just that. So he didn't complain that they changed the price. None of that. Just kind of rolled with the punches. So it's Korean slow food now. This was a 29 Music something or another at the bottom of the Hotel Mermaid. And up here, I think it's in the Novotel Hotel, is the I think it's in the Novotel. It's that Mexican food place. And don't get me wrong, I'm not wanting to spend any more money than I have to, or if they changed the rules tomorrow and said you have to keep 5 million Thai baht in the bank to maintain your retirement visa, yeah, that would stink. I would have to consider my options and on and on. But I don't know. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But for them to raise it 200,000 baht, it would not surprise me, and it would not chase me out of Thailand. And it is in the Novotel here on Soi 29. What's it called? Little Mexican place here. Oh, Mucha Lucha. Well, there you go. No shortage of Japanese food anywhere in the area. I think this is a swimming pool. Nah, this is the lobby area. Take a peek. No, I was wrong. It's the lobby and pool, and they have a happy hour, buy one, get one free from 4 till 6 p.m. And there's the splash bar. Yeah, I guess some people just like to complain, and they're gonna go through their whole life complaining, if that's in the US, Canada, someplace in Europe. And they're not going to run away from that complaining if they come over to Thailand. They're just going to start complaining about Thailand. But there is a smaller group of people that maybe they don't complain at all about their home country. They just understand that when you get on a Southern California freeway, you're gonna take 45 minutes to go 10 miles. Yet when they come over to Thailand, they can't stop complaining about the traffic when they're attempting to drive into Bangkok at 5 p.m. on a Friday evening. And I've always liked this building here at the end of 29. And this little alley here off to the right is kind of cool. It'll meander around and end up down on Soi 31. Those two big condos are the Nobles on Sukhumvit 31. And what is the name of this building? I'm gonna get chased out by a security guard here. Yeah, I don't see the name. Nah, I don't want to upset anybody. But I am going to head back to Sukhumvit. That's looking off in the distance to the buildings. Where are we? About maybe Soi 20 and 18 on the other side. And I've said it a couple of times. Everybody is welcome to their opinion. And I know there are folks that watch my little channel that maybe complain in the comments, and yeah, I still want you to watch, but I want you to be happy in life. So when you come over to Thailand, if it's gonna blow your mind as you're walking around like I am at 2:30 in the afternoon, that it's 90 something degrees and 80% humidity, I don't know what to tell you. I can hook you up with my realtor buddy in San Diego. He'll be glad to sell you $1.2 million starter condo, but the weather will be perfect. And I just ducked into the Hotel Mermaid and asked them about the Captain's Bar, if it was up on the roof. And she says, no, it's gone. I think that sign's just been up there for a while, and if I would have to guess, and maybe somebody can correct me that's been here 20 plus years, maybe the Captain Bar was down here where it turned into 29 Music, and now it's Korean slow food, because she told me they don't have anything on the roof here at the Hotel Mermaid. Now they just had a sign in the lobby that said, go on down to the Novotel for El Santo Mexican food. So I forget what I called it, Mucha Libre maybe? That was incorrect, the El Santo. So let's go on in there and leave comments that the Mexican food doesn't taste the same over here in Bangkok. Okay. I mean, I've got a little Mexican blood running through my veins, and I've had some pretty nice Mexican food in town. Charlie Brown's up on Sukhumvit Soy 19. Used to be on Soy 11 if you're looking at some old reviews or whatnot. Pretty good food. Primo the cook. I think he's from, he told me, I forget, Guadalajara maybe? But really good food. And the other thing you'll hear when I guess I'm on a video about complaining folks, okay, let's go with it. But you'll hear it or read it online, on Facebook, YouTube comments, whatever it is, that Thailand's over. It's just not the same anymore. I was there last time in 1992 and a beer was 50 baht. Can you believe they're charging 120 baht for that same beer? Yeah, I don't know if that person left Thailand and just went underground into a bunker somewhere and then reappeared, and things have changed in life, but things are going to change if that's in London, Sydney, or Thailand. Here's Prime Burger. We're in between Soy 29 and what is that, 27 up ahead. Really good burger. They oftentimes have a daily special. Let's see if it's in the window. It'll be like the Stockholm, a drink and fries for, I'll make it up, 350 baht. Now I get that's almost 10 US dollars or a little over. And it just is what it is. You're not going to come over and have Western food every day for $2 a meal. And I'm gonna stay away from the old, it's easy to live in Bangkok on 1,000 US dollars a month. I'm sure you can do it. I don't think it would be easy at all. It would take quite an amount of effort that I'm not going to do to try to live on 12,000 US dollars a year. I certainly didn't live on 12,000 US dollars in the United States, and I'm not going to live on $12,000 anywhere in the world. I like to get out and see things, enjoy myself, eat what I eat when I want to eat it. And if it's a $10 burger once in a while, hey, that burger's probably 100 times better than what is going to cost $15 at a fast food place in the US. And I don't mean to make this a rant. I am not the complaining type, so I'm not going to, where are we at? Soy 27. I'm not complaining about the complainers either. Let them do their thing, but it's just guys that, and it's mostly guys. I've never seen too many female comments, or at least somebody with a female sounding, whatever it's called, handle, doing a lot of complaining. But folks that want to get in the comment section or on Facebook and just do nothing but complain, it'd be one thing if they said something along the lines of, hey man, do what you want to do, but it's just not for me. Now that's a reasonable person. But the folks that are leaving comments trying to convince you're an idiot for if it's buying a house or using an agent or whatever it is they're having a problem with that day, and they're trying to convince others to do exactly as they see fit, that's who I have a problem with. I'd have a problem with that guy in a bar in San Diego, and I have a problem with that guy on Facebook talking about Bangkok, Thailand. That's just not a good guy. Here's the Mirage on Sukhumvit 27. Now, I'm not going to say you can get a bargain in there, but you can probably get a pretty good price for this super central location. You're kind of in between Asolk and Prompong, maybe a 10-minute walk to each train station. And I don't like to quote prices because they change so often. I do know I didn't go look at it, but had an opportunity to see a place in there. I think it was 22,000 baht for a 1-bedroom. Now, that was 3 years ago. So let's assume that's closer to 30,000 baht or even more. Okay, they finally put a sign up here. This big vacant lot is going to be the MX27 hotel. But for now, it's a little overgrown. There's another building here at the end of 27. Yeah, I love Thailand. I love Bangkok. Of course, there are things that sometimes are a little irritating. And this is going to be the MX27. But I love San Diego. And there are plenty of things that irritated me about San Diego. I just focus more on the positive. And some folks, it's a small majority, small majority, like to focus on the negative. But somehow they're the ones that comment the loudest, the Sukhumvit 27. And the P&P court. And again, this, just like Soi 29, kind of winds off in the neighborhood. Silksoy residence on 27. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I've walked all these streets back here and I filmed them all. And you got to be a little careful. These are tight little alleys. It's like a fancy, it's more a Thai nightclub, Thai disco. I forget what it's called. Walk back out to Sukhumvit. I do find it interesting to read comments about how Thailand is over and, you know, you should have been there 15 years ago and you're stupid for even considering moving there. Yet they're leaving that comment on a video about Bangkok, Thailand. So they're obviously still watching for a reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just not going to happen for them again. And they want to run down other people that are going to make the move over. I don't know. Here's a Lala Move. I've used them to move my condo. They'll show up in a big truck, like one of these with a big camper shell, for next to nothing. Or just like that guy, you can give him a set of keys you forgot and fire him off across town to your girlfriend. You can also do that with just a regular grab motorbike. I did that once or twice. Boom, I don't know, left something. One time she left her laptop charger at my place, and it's just super simple. Throw it in a bag and off it goes for 40 baht, 5 miles across town. Well, so there you go. I'm gonna make no apologies about defending my new hometown of Bangkok, Thailand. I've oftentimes said it's my favorite city in the world, and it is. I love it here. Does that mean at some point I might get tired of the busy city life and move off somewhere more quiet? Maybe, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. And when I do pull the trigger, this beautiful Porsche. If I do pull the trigger and move off to a quieter part of Thailand, I'm sure not going to be running down Bangkok and you need to get out of there. It's too crazy busy. You're stupid if you want to sit in this kind of traffic in Bangkok, Thailand. I'll have nothing but good to say about the place, but it's not for everybody. May not be for me in the future, and I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But if it's not for you, yeah, okay, just maybe keep it to yourself. The rest of us that are kind of excited about the city and all, We don't need to hear about how we should have been here in 1972, and it's over today. Across the street is the top of Sukhumvit Soi 20. Here comes a bus, but there's a Buddy's Bar and Grill. There's also one down on Soi 22, across from the Holiday Inn. And behind me, if you kept walking up the street on the even side, Sukhumvit Soi 8 in the Nana area, you'll find another Buddy's. I'm always pointing them out. It's a great spot, and if you're on a little bit of a budget that day, you can get 95 baht beers. I think even 90 baht if you go with Chang or Beer Sing. Other bars are starting to charge 140, even 150 for that San Miguel. I get it. Expenses go up. I'm about as happy about it as anyone, or not happy about it, but it's really just not worth complaining about, is the way I see it. And with that, I am going to wrap things up. Again, I hope this is not coming off as a negative video in any kind of way. If anything, I'm just pointing out, don't listen to the 1% of negative guys that are leaving 30% of the comments out there, especially on Facebook. It's just not worth it. These guys, they probably never even been to Thailand, or it's just not in the cards for them. So they're trying to let you know you shouldn't be going there either. Okay, that's kind of a strange way to go through life, but it is what it is. But for the rest of us who love this city, all the out looking around and filming, I know I'm no professional editor or filmmaker. I'm just walking along and taking my camera along with me. So hopefully it'll at least show you a little bit lay of the land. So when you get over here, you can go check out a neighborhood that looked interesting. So you take it easy, and there'll be plenty more videos on the way. From Bangkok, Thailand, we'll see you.